What is up, Star Seeds? It's Sid. First things first, I want to kind of apologize if you don't like the camera angle. I felt called to do it this way instead of this way. Sorry if you don't like it. Sorry for the camera shakes as always with these videos that aren't facing me. But you really don't need to see my face for the beginning of this. I'd rather just keep it on the cards for a few minutes. And if you're watching this during September or before September 2020, highly recommend you stay for the astrological forecast. Even if you're watching this later, you could stay for the astrological forecast just to kind of get a feel of the energies that you're feeling while watching this video, or in the coming future after you watch this video. But if you just want to pick a pile or a couple piles, feel free to look in the description and fast forward to your timestamp or timestamps. But I'm, as always, going to get into this monthly astrological forecast for you guys because I love explaining the astrology and what you're going to feel this month, and then I like to kind of get into the card readings to clarify that for you. But anyways, here we go, starting with September 2nd. Okay, there is a full moon in Pisces, so this is going to be a lot different than the new moon that happens this month, okay, because the new moon is going to be obviously later in the month and in Virgo. So Pisces and Virgo are really very different signs. They're going to have very different feels, and there's going to be other energies going around later in the month. So this full moon at the beginning of the month is when I'm going to charge my crystals, and it's bound to just be like intuitive and hopefully give you some insight that will help you in the coming days, because the beginning of this month is really powerful and you can use that to just kind of guide you through the rest of this month of growth, because this is what September's about, okay? Massive personal growth, putting things to action, you know? Along with like the seasonal change, this is that, depending on where you are in the world, in the US, it's that like end of summer, beginning of fall, possibly depending on where you live, and how old you are, going back to school, or your kids going back to school. With the whole COVID situation in 2020, it's kind of crazy, kind of messy, and kind of unpredictable. But this month is really just going to be about growth, so that full moon is going to be amazing to start the month off. So let's get into all these events that happen later in the month, get more in depth into it. Alright, here we go. So September 3rd, the day after the full moon, Saturn is going to quincunct the true node, aka the north node. So Saturn is currently in retrograde in Capricorn, and the north node is in Gemini. And what this means is that it's really the start of this push, of this like surge of energy to really do better, make it our responsibility to do what we are supposed to do, you know, what we're meant to do, what we feel called to do. And 2 days after that, September 5th, is definitely the most powerful day of the month, okay? Whether you feel it or not, unconsciously in you, you are just going to really feel this surge. If you didn't feel it a couple days before, you should feel it on September 5th, okay? This all really starts and really pulses at the beginning of the month, okay? Because on September 5th, Uranus semi-squares the north node, and Uranus is currently in retrograde in Taurus, and like I said, the north node is in Gemini. So that event alone is just going to, one, make us kind of aggressive that day, but in a good way, because it's going to really ground us and make us want to really work towards what we're meant to do. Once again, like, it's already kind of been put in our responsibility category that we need to do this, but Uranus is about individuality, so that is going to be like thinking about it more, like how are we actually going to act on it more. And the same day, Mercury enters Libra, so of course you're going to want to communicate that with your friends, okay? You're going to want to call them, text them, possibly see them in person, but you might go on a rant or something on social media about how we're all meant to do something. Libra's not just about communicating with friends. It's about, like, the whole, it's about the whole social thing, like us as a society. So that, plus, like, the Taurus Uranus energy coming through that day, might just make you really want to be like, this is what we're meant to do, you guys, like, come on. And this same day, Pallas, the asteroid that, if you don't know, Pallas is kind of like our thought process in general, okay? She is how we handle wisdom and, like, how we creatively create, okay? It's really just like our thought process. It's debatably the hardest one to explain, but Pallas is really just about thought process, and she goes direct in Capricorn. So of course that is going to make us, want to work towards this even more. All of that, those 3 events happen on the same day, you guys. So believe me when I say you should feel it. September 6th, okay. This is when you might start feeling, I know it's the next day, you guys, but Venus enters Leo. So this can make you feel multiple types of ways, okay? It's gonna possibly, in your relationships, not just romantic, but any relationships, you might still feel kind of like that aggressive energy from the day before. Depending on how you are as a person, what else is going on in your life, you could feel a bit more aggressive from the 5th. Honestly, like, on through the 9th, you might feel a bit aggressive this month, but hopefully you can use this in, like, a good way. It's not like Leo is just aggressive and Taurus is just aggressive, but they definitely are the most aggressive signs, so you could interpret it this way. But, Leo's also just, like, fixed. You might, like, kind of, like, set boundaries in your relationship, because that might be what you need to do for personal growth. This can go a lot of different ways for a lot of different, you guys, I can't speak. A lot of different ways for a lot of different people, okay? But the reason I say it might get a little funky during that time is also because September 9th, Mars goes retrograde in Aries. So, that's that fiery sign, that fiery planet, you guys. So there might be some issues with aggression in mid-September, but don't look at that as the main thing, because September is literally, like I said, all about growth, and you might have to go through that little bit of aggression in the beginning of the month. And that's also when things are just like, if school's starting or what have you, going back to work, possibly, things like this that might make you a bit more on edge as well. So that just kind of goes with the energies in the sky, as it does down here, which is pretty crazy. But anyways, there's all this other amazing energy, so don't let that fool you, because on September 12th, Jupiter goes direct. So that is just going to help us with this surge of energy of growth that I was talking about. Okay, Jupiter, the planet of philosophy, the planet of blessings, goes direct in Capricorn. So there is just like this Capricorn energy throughout September, which, if I could name a month that's like in Capricorn, like just like has Capricorn energy, I feel like September just has Capricorn, a little bit of like a Virgo energy going on with it. But anyways, that's just gonna make us, want to organize, want to really do this, want to put this to action with the other events going on this month. But like I said, Jupiter goes direct this month, so that's just gonna be great. I know a lot of people have just been waiting for Jupiter to go to direct. So September 17th is when this new moon in Virgo is, and it's just gonna be great, okay? Like I said, the full moon is gonna be great at the beginning of the month. You are going to love this new moon near the middle of the month, okay? So you can charge your crystals on both of these days if you want to. But this new moon is really gonna help reset and recharge us for all of these energies of personal growth, and I love it. So September 20th, the asteroid Juno enters Scorpio. And if you don't know what Juno is about, this is about, it's really about marriage and boundaries. It doesn't have to be about relationships, but out of all of the asteroids, it it's the most about it. So Venus being in Leo and Juno being in Scorpio, both fixed signs, both stubborn signs. You're probably going to be setting boundaries in relationships this month, and that is totally necessary for personal growth, so that is totally a good thing. You know, you're going to be deciding what you want this month, what you really want in a relationship, if this relationship is meant to carry out, or if you just want to be freaky with someone, like a Scorpio, you know, whatever floats your boat. You're going to decide this in September. So September 22nd, of course, the sun enters Libra, so we're going to be feeling a bit more social, we're going to go on a party, lots of other things about Libra. You know, you're going to want to, like, create this justice, of course. You know, this can go either way if you're more of a party person or if you're more of, like, a, come on, let's create the new world person, you know, and you can totally have a mixture of both of these energies, which is probably, like, the best. Anyways, at the end of this month also, there's, like, a bunch of other cool events that really, like I said, go with this, like, surge of energy that we're going to be feeling. So September 25th, Saturn quintiles Chiron, and this is also going to be really powerful. Okay, like I said before, Saturn is in retrograde in Capricorn, and then Chiron, which represents, like, Chiron is in Aries, in retrograde in Aries, and Chiron represents, like, everyone says it's like the wounded healer in us, but, like, what does that mean? Okay, and that means, like, kind of like what we've gone through, but also what we need to overcome, what we didn't overcome before, you know? So it's gonna be like this internal day to really just kind of work through that, make it our responsibility to not only put our attention towards this, like, north node, what we're meant to do, but, like, the Chiron energy of, like, what we are really meant to heal. You know, you have to heal before you can fully embody what you're meant to do. So that's why I just love September. There's, like, so many amazing events. Like, there's no bad events in September, you know? Of course, there's that funk you could go through near the middle of the month, but it's all meant in the divine plan of helping you work through all this stuff so you can grow. Okay? On September 27th, the asteroid Ceres enters Aquarius. So Ceres is in retrograde, and she is going to retrograde into Aquarius. And if you don't know what that asteroid is about, she is all about really, like, how you nurture, how you parent, kind of like how you handle responsibility in a way, but yeah, really just about, like, how you care. So Ceres going into Aquarius in retrograde, of course there's going to be those retrograde feelings about it, but in Aquarius, that's, like, a great sign to be in. It's kind of a weird sign for Ceres to be in, but during this ascension and transformation, this powerful time, that's cool that anything is in Aquarius during this, like, age of Aquarius, you know? Also on the same day, Mercury enters Scorpio, so that's another reason why you might be feeling kind of weird on that day. Probably pretty good in a way, pretty quirky, you know? So September 29th, Saturn goes direct, which is going to be a blessing for all of us, and it's really going to help us continue these September energies into October, and really just still make it our responsibility, because even if you didn't enact all this stuff in September, I know you will in October, once Saturn's indirect in Capricorn still, obviously. I don't want to talk too much about September, but stay tuned for October. Come back for that video if you want, because it's really going to be like, you know, obviously an ongoing thing of September, like every month is. But don't miss out on October 1st. There is a full moon in Aries, so that is going to feel cool. And then October 2nd, Venus enters Virgo. So if you hate Venus being in Leo, or your partner hates Venus being in Leo because of how you act, don't worry. On October 2nd, she goes to Virgo, and that will probably make you sweeter if you get a bit aggressive. So come back for the October video if you would like. But anyways, let's get into these groups, you guys. Okay, so there is 6 groups. I didn't put crystals on them this month just because I feel like you're meant to look at the cards, okay? And the cards will show you everything. The cards will show you which group you are meant to pick. All right, we have group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, group 5, and group 6, okay? They go across this time. And yeah, it's gonna take me a minute to kind of like take them off and go group by group, but if you don't know how to pick your pile or piles, please don't like look at them too long. If you were focusing on them the whole video, try to block that out of your head and really just kind of look at them quick, and whichever one or ones your eyes go to first, or whichever one you can visualize yourself flipping over, that is your pile. So here we go with group number 1. It's gonna take just a sec for me to lay all these cards out for you guys, but reading them off to you should be pretty quick. This is probably one of the most self-explanatory like pick a card videos I've done, just because, I don't know, hopefully if you know astrology it's kind of easy for you, and then the ones at the bottom are pretty self-explanatory. So sorry for the glare, that kind of sucks. I wish I could fix that, but I really can't. Anyways, so group number 1, you guys are pretty unique. I feel like, not that you're not spiritual, but like if you're just like a plain Jane who stumbled across this video, this might be your pile. I also feel like this pile has a lot of guys that picked it, okay? You could totally be a spiritual guy. Anyways, this pile tells me a lot about your personality, okay? I feel like the Knight of Swords and the Thief, Concern, and Child, and like Ascendant in Gemini, just tell me a lot about your personality. And I'm going to tell you right off the bat that I knew I wanted to use, you know, this romance deck. I know it's a very popular deck. You've probably seen it in other videos before. But I knew I wanted to use a couple cards, like 2 cards. I didn't know that at first when I started picking them. But I knew I wanted to use a couple of these cards in each group, okay? The number of these cards are different in each group, but everyone got 1 tarot card from the Santa Muerte deck and ended up getting 2 romance cards, okay? But you guys were the hardest to do with this romance. I'm going to get to that in the end and tell you first off that you are like, you come across like a Gemini, okay? Whether or not you are a Gemini, whether or not your ascendant's in Gemini, you have this Gemini energy about you. Look at your birth chart. I bet you any money that Gemini is in a prominent part, okay? We have every single zodiac sign in our chart somewhere. So for you, wherever Gemini is in your chart is just like kind of a prominent part of your energy. And I don't usually say that, but I know this without a doubt, okay? And I also feel like you're kind of very fiery. You might be very airy as well, but you do have like this Knight of Swords personality about you, this like kind of go-getter. You're probably meant to like communicate stuff. I feel like you are this from these cards that just clarifies your personality for me. I don't think you're like a thief. I don't think like, I mean, you could be, but you're just like this not immature, like that. You could consider yourself this, but no, I feel like you're like this fun person. Okay, fun is the word I get. Playful is the word I get. Like, you're someone that, like, I would be attracted to or something. You're like this, like, bad boy energy. This is where, like, this concern comes in. Like, I really don't think, like, the other groups, these cards were, like, about their life, but this just, like, made me laugh for you. Like, this is just, like, who you are wrapped up in a person, these 3 cards, I feel like. And this pile was just, like, unique from all the other ones because it just, like, tells me so much about your personality. Like, you are a flirt, okay? I guess we'll kind of get to that now, sort of. But I just wanted to, like, address that, like, this is, like, your personality. It could be something going on in your life. Maybe you do have a kid on the way. But I just feel like you are, like, this fun, like, fiery person, you know? You just love danger. You're a little risk taker sometimes, you know? You're like the kid who waited till the last minute to do his homework or probably just never did it. But anyways, you're meant to do really good things, though. Like, if you are immature, you're turning mature now. Like, I feel like this old kind of bad boy personality, bad girl personality, if you're a girl, you could totally be a girl watching this, sorry, but, like, the night and then just, like, your personality just kind of made me think you were a bit like a boy. You could just be, like, a tomboyish girl for sure, you know? Like, I'll admit, I was, like, a little drawn to this pile as well. Definitely not one of the main piles I was drawn to at all, but like, yeah, you have a good vibe. Don't let that scare you. You have a cool vibe, guys. You're cool, don't worry. But, like, the point is, you're really meant to do great things soon. You are maturing. You are meant to really, like, embody, like, this more intelligent figure, you know? Anyways, messages, possibly about your love life, possibly just about your life in general. I'll read them off to start. It says, chemistry, there is a strong magnetic attraction here, and stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So I feel like you're, like, such a flirt, and when I was talking about this deck earlier, like, I was just pulling all of these cards, so I got, like, this huge story about your love life. So let me explain it for you guys, because I didn't want to put all those cards there. I felt like they weren't meant to be your cards. I was like, I'm gonna keep shuffling these until they fly out and I know it's the right ones to put down and actually have in their spread, you know? But anyways, I feel like you could be, like, seeing someone right now, maybe not boyfriend, girlfriend, but, like, I don't know, you could be, but I feel like possibly they're not the one, possibly someone new is coming in, and possibly this someone new is really going to be, like, your soulmate and is really going to be, like, a good, like, chemistry connection. Like, you guys are gonna have, you know, more chemistry than before. Like, I don't know, maybe you are in a good situation now. It's totally up for debate with you guys, because, like I said, whoever you are, guy, girl, you are such a flirt, and just kind of go with the flow with this, okay? But do know that, like, there is a possibility that once you kind of, like, embody this more mature, intelligent man or woman, that someone is going to come into your life, and you might not be meant to stay with them forever, but they are going to teach you a lot and really just be a good partner for you. So definitely like, embrace that for a while at least. And I'm gonna start picking up your guys' cards, but yeah, just know, I think you guys already know, there's some flirtatiousness in your love life, and just kind of go with the flow with that and have fun, but really focus on yourself more. Don't focus on those relationships. And like I said, a gal or guy might come into your life that is really meant to just be a good partner for you. So look forward to that. All right. Thank you, group number 1. And moving on to group number 2, okay? It's going to take me a sec to lay out your guys' cards, but let me just say this is definitely the most cliche pile. So if you are like into tarot, into all of that already, and you are seeing these cards like, oh my god, girl, like, oh my god, I know. But this is really probably like the most just like amazing pile. There's definitely other good piles too, but this is like the most cliche, the most fairy tale sounding. So if you feel like your life is meant to become a fairy tale shortly, you picked the right pile. And if you're like, what the heck, then don't worry, the stuff on the bottom could definitely be distant in the future. But let's get into what these top cards mean, okay, you guys? So you only got one astrological card, and it's the moon. And your tarot card, everyone got one tarot card, and everyone got 2 romance cards. So don't get too excited about that. Don't let it mess up your mind too much. I'm gonna get into that later, but I will say those just flew out and they're meant to be. But anyways, focusing on you first, girl, guy, whoever you are, the Hierophant. So you are just meant to like reevaluate your morals in like the most amazing way. You're gonna get all of this intuition in September, or whenever you're watching this, whenever you feel called to click on this video. So sorry about the glare too, you guys. Like, I wish I could fix it, but I can't. Sorry, I need to see. It's nighttime here. Anyway, yeah, obviously you can just tell. I feel like you're already kind of into this, so you can already just like look at the cards and tell what the heck's up with that. Like, yeah, personal growth, like you're meant to do, sister, brother. Amen. All right. Anyways, these other cards about like more life stuff, okay? So obviously you have marriage, unexpected income, courtship, and distant horizons. So first things first, I feel like this unexpected income isn't necessarily like money income, but I feel like it's like these intuitive messages. It just kind of like goes with this, and it's like not moving away like these other cards kind of are. So that just kind of proves it to me in a weird way. Anyways, I also feel like this marriage card could go with that as well. Maybe like you're just like marrying this like more true version of yourself with these like bettered morals, which would be amazing. But anyways, I do also, obviously, because of these romance cards, I'll read them off now, okay? So, rekindlation, someone from your past is returning to your life. Some of you are like, no, it's okay. And soulmate, yes, this is your soulmate. Okay, it might not be your ex, don't worry, but like, I feel like it is though. And I feel like you might not I can't speak, you guys, I'm sorry. You might not be meant to be with them this life. They might just be a soulmate, okay? I have soulmates that are exes that I know I am not meant to be with, but you can appreciate that, okay? They might just like come back into your life for a good conversation, you know? Some of you are like, no girl, there's courtship and marriage. Like, I'm marrying my ex. And if that's what you want, like, girl, then that's gonna happen, okay? And it might not be now, because this distant horizon card goes with that, okay? Because you need to do this first, okay? You need to go in first, get these intuitive messages. This might take months, this might take years, okay? If you are someone who doesn't watch pick a cards this often, then it's probably more like years or a year. But just know that you definitely probably have already met a soulmate. If not already, then there could be this like new love encounter that is a soulmate. But why would that rekindlation and soulmate pop out at the same time? Unless it's like a past life lover, you know. That's always a possibility. But like, I feel like you've met this life already, and I feel like you know who they are. So I'm gonna start picking up your cards, you guys, because I don't want this video to be too long. And you already know that was probably definitely the most cliche pile ever, but that was your message, you guys, and it was like a really amazing message. So congrats, group number 2. Moving on to group number 3. Well, what is up, guys? It's gonna take me a second to lay out these cards for you. But this was a cool pile, you guys. I liked your message. It was a good one. So sorry I'm like stuffed up, and don't worry, I'm not like sick. It's just like weird pregnancy messing with like the seasonal change as well, which like I don't usually have allergies, but like I don't know, maybe baby does. Anyways, so you guys had, I think, the most of these cards. Not everyone had the same amount of astrological or these cards. I'm so sorry about the glare. I wish that could go away, but like I can't. All I can do is like move the box. I need the light on to see, so I'm sorry about that. But anyways, let's get into this, okay? Because this is like a cool message. This is one that's like pretty much down for your interpretation. It wasn't as crystal clear as the other groups, but it's like you definitely got some clear energies going on here, okay? So obviously you have the Queen of Swords for your tarot card. Everyone got 1 tarot card and 2 romance cards. But anyways, you have like this, definitely the most like courageous energy out of all the groups. You're like the most courageous, okay? You're like very mature. This card is definitely you, whether you're like a guy or a girl, what have you. I feel like you do have this like very empowering feminine energy about you though. And definitely Virgo energy too, okay? For sure. You have Mercury and Virgo for your astrological cards, and that just, whew. It also goes with like the Queen of Swords, air energy. Mercury rules Virgo. So this is just like you're meant to really like do something now. You're meant to take charge now. You're meant to like get stuff in order now. And this like Great Fortune card really reminds me of this like Santa Muerte Queen of Swords card. Anyways, you have this change coming up in your life. Pretty much like I said, like you're meant to do something. You're meant to kind of change something. You're meant to like get bigger as a person, not in a physical way, in a mental way, in a physical acting way, okay? Not the physical way you look, but like the things you are doing, okay? You know what I mean. And that's pretty much it for up top. I'm gonna get into down here because I do feel like there totally could have been like some romance situation going on with you. I don't want you to think about this right now because you do have, I'm going to read off your romance cards because this is about life. It's not just about romantic relationships. You have the separation card, time apart from your partner is on the horizon, and then religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So if you are with someone, you got like all of these guy cards. There's like 4 guy cards in that deck, and like I felt the need to pull 3 of them for you. I actually did put them back in the deck to see if any other groups were meant to have them as well, but they weren't, only you were. So I definitely feel like there's these guys or guy that is actually like a very, he seems to be, I'm going to start picking these up because I don't want this video to be too long. He seems to be like a good guy, but it's like you're not really meant to be right now. You know, like you guys need time apart to really grow because I feel like he's meant to grow too in more of a mental way, okay? Maybe he's already got the money, but he's meant to grow in more of like an intuitive way, okay? And I feel like you kind of have more of that. Guy, girl, it doesn't matter who's playing which role here, but you know what I mean. You should take time apart if you need to, and if you're not with anyone right now, then know that you're meant to be single right now. And when you do get a partner, oh my God, they're going to be amazing and they're going to have the same spiritual beliefs as you. Okay? So that was a great message for you, group number 3. I hope you guys have an awesome month, you know? All right, moving on to group number 4. It's going to take me a sec to lay out these cards for you guys. But here we go. Don't let these cards scare you. I'm going to explain, and I'm going to be honest, this is kind of like the group going through the most turmoil right now. So if you are like having bad health, going through like some court situation, then yeah, you picked the right group number 4. But this could also mean just totally other different things in life. You could be just going through something with people. I feel like other people are kind of involved in this. And I feel like it's kind of just making you feel like trapped in yourself with this 4 of Pentacles, 4 of Earth for your tarot card. But let's get into this, okay? And I do want to say, I also pulled Gemini 2 for you guys. I put this back in the deck after group number 1 to see if it was meant for any other groups, and it was meant for you too, group number 4. But anyways, so you got Venus in Aquarius and in Gemini for your astrological cards. And I feel like that could totally be about a relationship. If not, it's just kind of about how you are acting or feeling right now, or the energies going on in your life, okay? So it's about, there's stuff to do with relationships in here. It doesn't have to be romantic, like I said, but anyways, I feel like with this family room, there is just like stuff going on at home. I'm so sorry for the glare. There's like stuff going on at home that is like kind of concerning, that makes you feel trapped. Something going on in your life. This pile is really up for debate, okay? But it's just making you not feel good. It could be a romantic relationship. It could just be, you know, any form of partnerships in your life. That is what the Lover card really means. It's not always romance, but I did pull 2 romance cards for you too. So if you want, I'm going to read those off now, because like I said, you can see what cards you got. This group is really up for your interpretation. But trust me, you are meant to like overcome this. Like, it's about security right now. You need security in your life to feel secure. But I feel like you don't really have that right now. But once I got the message that, okay, I'm going to read off these because this is really the message, how to fix it, okay? Very soon. If you wanted like a yes or no answer coming to this video for some reason, I got this message that someone watching this like needed like a yes or no answer. The answer is very soon. The answer to all of these issues is once you clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now, okay? And you deserve love. You are lovable. But really, this one is like the most important, obviously. So it's like, once you decide what you want, whatever that issue is going to resolve. That's really your message. So I'm going to start picking these cards up. But that is your message, okay? So if you're not feeling good, if you're going through family issues, relationship issues, like court issues with someone, whatever's making you feel like not fully secure, you just have to decide what you want. I know it sounds too simple, maybe, but that's how you're gonna fix your issue. That's why you clicked on this video. If you felt called to this video, felt called to this pile, you just need to really take a minute. In September 2020, or whenever you feel called to watch this video, is the perfect time to do this. So that is the message you needed to hear, okay? I hope you guys can work through this and really decide what you want, because it's up to you. It might not seem like it's up to you. There's definitely other people influencing this or whatever, but really, at the end of the day, hun, it's up to you. All right, moving on to group number 5. So it's gonna take me a minute to lay these cards out, but here we go. So we have the Page of Pentacles for your main tarot card, and that's just like super cool, okay? You guys have like some of the most cards that I wanted to pull here, so like I said, give me a minute, because I don't want this video to be too choppy. Sorry about the glare, you guys, but it's dark and I kind of need the light on. So let's get into this. This is definitely like the most powerful group. Like, you guys are meant to do amazing things. I feel like you know this. I feel like if you're like, yes girl, then like obviously you picked the right pile. okay? I feel like you're already kind of like into this whole spirituality thing, possibly into tarot thing. So you can kind of interpret this for yourself, but let's kind of go top to bottom a little bit, because there's a lot in here, and it's good stuff. So we have in the 11th house, the North Node in Taurus. There's also like Taurus energy about you. You may or may not be a Taurus. And in the 3rd house. So if you're not a Taurus, this just means maybe you need to act a bit more grounded, a bit more aggressive to really accomplish this goal, okay? To really do what you're meant to do this life. That's what the North Node's about. And the 11th house, okay, it says for humanity's sake. So you're like doing this for humanity, like you're like a humanitarian, okay? And the 3rd house is just about like expressing this, okay, putting this like to action. So yeah, Page of Pentacles, it's just like very determined, okay? Very driven stuff, you know, stuff like that. So you have the Courthouse and sudden wealth, and I don't really feel like you're gonna like win a legal issue. I mean, maybe you will. That's too literal though. What this means is that you are gonna, like, the wealth is within this growth that you're doing whenever you feel called to watch this video, possibly in September 2020. But anyways, it's like you really like just win this this battle within yourself. This it's like judgment time for you, okay? It's judgment time, and you need to put this to action, honey, guy, girl, whoever you are watching this video, okay? You're gonna get these intuitive messages. That's gonna be a gift, like, on your journey. You're just like on this journey. It's gonna be amazing. You're meant to do amazing things. You really are. This is the group that's like just meant to do amazing things, without a doubt. And that's pretty much it. I'm gonna read off your guys's romance cards, and I feel like it's more just about life. It doesn't have to be about romance. I feel like you should focus on yourself, girl, guy, whoever. But if you are in a relationship, then these messages obviously go to that too. So you got passion, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy, and let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. So if you're like, oh, like I need my twin flame, oh, I need my soulmate, no. Do this first. You are meant to do so much more for humanity. It doesn't involve anyone else, okay? And I'm gonna start picking these cards up while I continue to talk to you guys, because I don't want this video to be too long. My phone's gonna die. But no, like, if you're in a good relationship and you know it's good, then hey, they can help you save the world. But you do not need anyone to help you with that, okay? Let go of your control issues and just like let your intuition flow, because you are a very spiritual, intuitive person. And that is pretty much it. Group number 5. You guys are awesome. Moving on to group number 6. It's gonna take me a second to lay these cards out for you guys. You have quite a few cards, honestly, but we are going to start talking about this too, okay? So you guys got a lot of these like, whatever you want to call these, miscellaneous cards. These like 1-2 word miscellaneous cards that just give you specifics. But anyways, this one is also really up for debate. So you could totally be into spirituality already. This is really, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people are gonna kind of pick this pile. Not really sure. But anyways, you are going through a massive change, group number 6, because obviously we have in Scorpio, we have in the 4th house, we have in Libra, and in the 2nd house. So there's definitely a change going on, like in your home life, in your social life, in your friend group, what have you. A change going on within yourself, really, okay? Because I feel like you are definitely going to get more intuitive. This coffin, by the way, is not about like death. It is just about like change. Like Scorpio is the sign of death and change. That coffin just like validates that the Scorpio was meant to be like the main card, and these other astrological cards just kind of help me better better like give this message to you. But anyways, you're gonna be like more intuitive. Like these thoughts are gonna just kind of like be coming into your head, and this is going to make you feel more privileged, more just like a better person. Because I feel like right now, Eight of Swords, I feel like you're just kind of going through some shit. Like, sorry, I didn't mean to swear, but whatever. This could be at work, at home, whatever. Like, I feel like you're having this like tower moment, like in like your 4th house, which is just about all of this stuff. Family, it can be about work too, like whatever. There's this situation, like I said, this group is like really open-ended. It could be a lot of different situations for a lot of different people, but like you need to drop your expectations or just have better expectations depending on which way you go, whoever's watching this video. But yeah, I'm gonna read off these romance cards because I feel like this is like the message for you to kind of help you overcome this. And it's not really like there's much to overcome. Like it's not as bad as group number 4, but it's like you're so close to this change. But to really do this, codependency, addictions are affecting your romantic life, and this doesn't have to be about romance. It can just be about life stuff. So free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. This is really the main card, okay? So whatever situation that you can't control, you need to like free yourself, free your mind first, okay? Go through this change, go through this death, this like ego death, if you will, and kind of just like either drop expectations or have better expectations for yourself. Know that you don't have to be stuck in this. Know that you don't have to go to this job that you don't like. Listen to this family you don't like, friends, whatever. And just do you for a bit, Like, I feel like if you're in a relationship, maybe take some time apart for now. Maybe that will make you feel better. And that is pretty much it, you guys. Like, you can do this. Like, the free yourself. It's just like, you're meant to. You have the power to. It's not like really any advice on what to do. It's just like, you know how to do it, so do it. And that's what you needed to hear. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great month, great week, and I'll see you next week with another video, and next month with another forecast and card reading. So I love you guys, love and light, and the hybrid children are coming soon.